that people should die and never know the truth. And part of this is the most serious part, and I'll get it out early while we still have a listener or two. People aren't what we think, and we don't die. We do not die like we see this. Our lives don't end. It's not the way philosophies describe. It's not the way religions describe. There is a possibility of an imaginary afterlife, and I'm saying this out of what I believe to be, and as belief, let's modify that, accurate information. I've been able to verify short of dying myself and coming back. My guess is you're not going to die. It's not going to happen. Okay? The end of your life, you're not dying. I can say that with reasonable certainty. If you're worried about it, you're not going to die. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. No one is going to judge you. Nothing evil is going to happen to you. But there is evil out there, and it's very, very much among us, and we are very much at threat. It's very real.
Well, let's talk about the threat. You give us a description of the nature of the threat, who it is, and why.
The Earth is essentially a planet that is thought of as unique. This is what we are told. Am I right or not? I don't know. This is what I'm told. If it feels right to you, believe it. If it doesn't, don't. That human beings are unique because of their ability to believe, their ability to love their cats, their families, pet tarantula, spiders, whatever, that we're unique in the universe to that extent. Believe that or not. But this is probably the best guess I can give you that has the most solid background. That this defines who we are, that we are unique within the universe. And because of that, this is why this planet has attention, not because we have gold or they're stealing our water, although they're doing all of those things, frankly. That the U.S., that the world has been visited for so very long. What I am told, I cannot tell you it is true, that all religions have a basis in, let's say, relationships between power elites and extraterrestrials, that they are the basis of all religions, and have been. That human life in this planet did not develop here. That we are not a subject of a Darwinian theory. That we have not gone through
So it's not evolution. It's not survival of the fittest. It's something beyond that.
The simplest thing here, and this is, and it's a believe it or not. I'll give the things I've found most reliable. That human beings are meat bags. That our consciousness is. Our individual consciousnesses, if there's such a word, I may have just invented one, do not originate from a single source. That our conscious life, what we see, who we are inside, has been around for a very long time and very, very likely never originated on this planet. That members of your own family may, as far as aspects of who they are from an existence standpoint of consciousness, may not be of the same species that you are. That we're all inhabiting physical meat bags, which are wearing out. God only knows how they look or smell or what they're doing. And when they're gone, we don't go away. And toward that end, I want people to consider those things, and for those people that this makes sense to, look at that. But I feel that people are cheated. If people are not given a look at these truths, at the threats against the earth that we have been, there are entities out there that look on this planet with unpleasantness, that work with factions on this planet, that the financial elites, the secret organizations in the world, and you can name them. They've all got some kind of name in imaginary history. You know, the Illuminati or whatever you want to call them. But there are so many of them. But the basis of their identity is their relationship to an off-planet entity and nothing else. All the rest of it is bull, total bull. And Michael, take it from there.
Well, Gordon, one of the things that you and I talked about early on whenever you and I were first introduced was the fact that the planning that goes on for these grand schemes. You know, you and I, as a human being in this, like I said, this meatbag body we've got, 70, 75, maybe 80 years. It's not possible for someone with that, lifespan from birth to death to implement, a 400 or 500 year plan. And you look at some of these plans that have gone into place. There's just no way that someone who thinks in a 75-year time scale, can think in a 500-year plan. I mean, it's hard enough to write a 5-year business plan, much less have to implement it. But to look at a 500-year plan, that's one of the giveaways that something greater that views time differently than we humans, trapped in these meat bags, have to think about it. And, you look at the plan, and the evidence is all there. You just have to open your eyes and be able to see it and discern it from the noise in the background.
Some of the things that and Michael and I work within the defense community, the highest technology areas within the defense community, and we'll say the alternative energy community, which is a very broad statement, but this is where we work. We work in the area of engineering, and there are others who do the same, who are now beginning to speak, but we are on a regular basis being increasingly exposed to reverse engineered alien technology. There is very little attempt to hide any of this anymore. And many of these technologies are based on laws of physics that are certainly a-Newtonian, as we would say, that the laws of gravity don't exist. Space is not a vacuum. Certainly, we began discovering that reality was not a reality when super colliders began moving subatomic particles at beyond light speed. We've talked about this before, that Einsteinian views, either specific or general relativity, began to fall apart. We have reason to believe that unified field theory was solved a couple of decades ago, meaning the relationship between waves, particles. I'm oversimplifying.
Well, Gordon, hold your explanation, because we've got a break coming up right now, and we'll be
gravity
right back.
And magnetism. And we'll get back to that.
We'll be right back to gravity and magnetism after this short break. More with Gordon Duff. Stick with us, folks. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.